13th. Just took my benzodiazepines because I've been panicking a bit. That mental health's a bitch, you know. $2016, baby. I like how they changed it. 2015 I like, but 2016 I like is a better year.
Please select a mission.
Anything from my security team, they're the priority.
Please specify a project.
That might not be terrible. That might have cost a lot. Does that cost a lot? No, it does not look like it. Alright, I think we're gonna chill out. After I already blew through most of the funds. All mission okay, so we're on mission.
Please select a mission.
A bunch of hidden trophies. Probably for developing the nukes. Fuck, man. What do I want to do? I just want to complete tasks. Eliminate the gunship. Extracted kernel. Extracted all tanks to kernel. Okay. Central base camp. That's it, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, your GMP is too much, buddy. Fuck the vehicle. That might not be a terrible idea. Yeah, that might not be a terrible idea. Fuck it. wonder if I could do Clockwork Crew or Fantasy or whatever the fuck. These cutscenes count towards my time. They better not. Swear. For some reason I feel like they do. Hellbound boys. Well, that's actually really good.
Map has been updated.
No doubt about it, boss. That man is your extraction target. Emmerich. The weapons system had disappeared into that cave, and the man who was with it. Emmerich must know something about what's going on. He was transferred to the Soviet base camp. I've marked it on the map. Make your way to that base camp.
Map has been updated.
So what were they doing in Zoya Badiabalu, that facility with all the people?
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from his machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
Was coding languages into the vocal cord parasites. They infected the subjects with the parasites, then made an incision in the throat to expose the vocal cords. That allowed them to play recordings of a desired language directly to the parasites. And the parasites learn the languages that way.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Learn as a function of intellect. Then how do they do it? What language the parasites react to is coded into their genes. You could expose the Japanese strain to English for years, and it would never learn the language. And
Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect. Head for the base camp.
are different. What about
God damn it. That was so close.
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
That's ridiculous. What do you want to invite me for? I'm too popular.
No doubt about it, boss. That man is your extraction target. Emmerich. The weapons system had disappeared into that cave, and the man who was with it. Emmerich must know something about what's going on. He was transferred to the Soviet base camp. I've marked it on the map. Make your way to that base camp.
So what were they doing in Zoya Badiabalu, that facility with all the people laid out in rows? The abandoned factory Shivani was held in. It is precisely as you guessed. Was coding languages.
Boss, get down. That's an enemy gunship. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
In the throat to expose the vocal cords. That allowed them to play recordings of a desired language directly to
Fuck my life.
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
We got this, boys. Cassette boys. All bad boys. Use the cover and destroy the anti-air radar. Simple as that.
No doubt about it, boss. That man is your extraction target. Emmerich. The weapon system that disappeared into that cave, and the man who was with it. Emmerich must know something about what's going on. He was transferred to the Soviets' base camp. I've marked it on the map. Make your way to that base camp.
Map has been updated.
So what were they doing at Enzoya Badiabulu? That facility with all the people laid out in rows. The abandoned factory Shivani was held in. It is precisely as you guessed. Was coding. To the vocal cord parasite.
Boss, get down.
They infected
Those enemies.
parasite. Then made an incision.
Those enemies.
Vocal cords that allowed them to play recordings of undesired language directly to the parasites. And the parasites learn the languages that way. That's some teaching method. I just don't get how a bunch of bugs had the brain power for it. They don't. Do not judge them by human standards. They do not learn as a function of intellect. Then how do they do it? What language the parasites react to is coded into their genes. You could expose the Japanese strain to English for years, and it would never learn the language and react to it. The pronunciation, rhythm, and structure are different. But what about, say, Spanish and Portuguese? Linguistically, the two are very close. Yeah, they're both Ibero Romance languages.
Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect. Head for the base camp.
Won't copulate. Only when they hear Spanish. Only then. And the majority of them
Did you see that, boss?
be the same.
That giant weapon system that disappeared into the cave? I've, heard it was the Kremlin's biggest secret. But to think that doctor has been working on it.
Among the many
And the man with the skull for a face. It's been on my mind since you encountered the skulls during the Honeybee mission. separatist who wants to defect. Head for the base camp.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please select a mission.
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from its machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
They don't have the brain power to actually learn a language. But then you say that the larvae at Nzoyabadiabulu were learning the languages in the egg. Your story doesn't add up. Your country is home to a unique songbird. The Japanese bush warbler. Sure, what of it? What a beautiful call. But no bush warbler perfectly at the start. As chicks, they can barely chirp at all. They must learn from their parents and other adult birds. Only then can they sing properly and attract females. So naturally, there are individual differences in each bird's call. Though they start on the same footing, each bird is influenced by its teachers. And the parasites are the same? Like the birds, the parasites have a genetic predisposition towards a particular language. But while in the egg, the larvae's ears are tweaked by listening to the voice of the host.
You're at the base now. Should be somewhere there. Keep in mind, that's an enemy stronghold. Stay sharp.
Why would they have an ability like that? Well, there are distinct regional differences within even the same language. Rare is the language that has no unique dialects. Yes, learning the host's speech pattern.
A bipedal weapon system. The same model as the one in the cave? Looks like they're about ready to start deploying it.
What makes them so formidable? I see. So a language requires selective breeding, but the parasites can learn dialects by themselves. Of course, having the egg-stage larvae listen to the tapes in the factory was not meant to teach them. It was more important to use that trait of theirs to identify the mutated strains. As I mentioned earlier, is that really accurate enough to use as a weapon? You could wipe out a neighboring ethnic group by accident if their pronunciation is too close. What you say is true. In that sense, they are imperfect as ethnic cleansers. But for his purposes, they are good enough. His objective was not to exterminate any one ethnic group, but to render the world's lingua franca, English, inert.
Забудь, не померещилось.
Okay, I'll use a chicken hat. This will make this pretty trivial, I think.
Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect. Head for the base camp.
Okay, little chickens.
Boss, come in. Boss?
Rip.
Boss!
I should have at least enjoyed the cutscene.
Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect. Head for the base cap.
Oh, beautiful. We have to fire someone? That sounds fun. Lay them off. Alright, let's just... Where's the poster?
Talk. Spit it out.
Okay. Thank you. Nope. Please tell me optional objectives work. Scope on this picture.
You're at the base camp. The target, Emmerich, should be somewhere there. Keep in mind, that's an enemy stronghold.
Needed to land
Stay
on
sharp.
model. Poster. Yeah, where a poster is.
Speak.
Thank you. Oh, where's the glamour model? Hello? you know where the glamour model is? Oh, I do need blueprints, thank you. Oh, you got it. What? How did that happen? I don't think I heard that. Where's your blueprint? I feel like there should be with the blueprint. Can you extract all this shit? Hey. Whoa. How did that happen? Where's the third walker here, huh? That's what I wanna know. I think she released suspects. What the fuck is the third walker here? Can you tell me where they are, bro?
Spit it out.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Map has been updated.
Oh, thank God. No cap. Yeah, no cap, bro.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I feel like the poster must be in here. Has to be. Right. Let's find the third walker gear before freaking out over this bullshit. Okay, here's a big compound for being here. Not seeing any animated shit. The fuck's the? Oh, there it is.
Analysis complete.
Spit it out.
I don't know who the fuck with your specialist. I should definitely kill them for that.
Updated.
Alright, did I do the mission? Objection. Yes, sir. Alright. What the fuck is this? You know where it is, don't you?
Talk.
The map has been updated.
I don't want to look up Glamour Girl. God damn it, I'll look it up. Oh, there it is. Wow. I don't know how I can psychically tell where something is possibly. Play it safe.
I want to thank you, Code Talker. You're pinpointing the cause of the vocal cord parasite's mutation enabled us to purge an enemy from Mother Base. You mean that scientist? Yeah, I was convinced he betrayed us, but I was wrong. He was never on our side to begin with. So ultimately, there was no traitor among us.
Oh god.
And yet I made everyone distrustful with my talk of spies. The end result being men turning on each other in the laboratory. You must not blame yourself. They were all infected with the mutated strain.
Right.
The outcome would have been the same. You know, we defeated Skullface, but it didn't lessen our pain. It's a pain we'll never be rid of. I see that now. But I thought I could burn it away. In the end, all I burned was our own men. Infectious diseases, parasites. Without such foreign enemies, the immune system will start attacking the body, developing allergies and autoimmune diseases. The same is true of organizations.
Beautiful.
You're right, but I do not deserve to rebuke you. My desire to retaliate against the English language is what attracted me to the vocal cord parasites in the first place. Had it not been for that, I would never have.
We can skip this safely.
We both allowed revenge.
Okay, I'm sending a chopper close by. Get to the LZ with Emmerich.
Philanthropist will unleash that thirst onto the future. How long are we going to be tormented by what he left behind? There is no choice but to live with that pain.
Ignore Emmerich. We don't need his wind-up toys. It is a long way there. Why don't you use that walker gear
What
of
the
his?
fuck?
No way. We can't trust him. How do we know his crap will even work? Well, it's better than carrying the man the whole way. Boss, use the walker gear to escape. It's your call, boss. Boss, think back. 9 years ago, we invited that new clearance.
Fuck it, bro.
Mother Base was destroyed. I was developing a bioweapon.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
I was doing mobility testing. Once the walker gear is finished, they'll have a huge advantage in close combat. And once they add my masterpiece into the equation, this war will be over. The Soviets will win.
He was
Cypher
developing bipedal weapons for the Soviets. If that's the case, what's Cypher's interest in it?
9 long years, forced to do whatever they say. Take this bag off, will you? I can't breathe. You came to save me, right? I'm dying in this thing.
Whiny bitch. I agree. Love will tear us apart again. Love will tear us apart. Uh-oh.
Get out of there, boss. Emmerich's extraction comes first. Head for the LZ.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ.
Stay alert. They're not out of the woods yet. Get behind something. If you don't get away from that thing, it'll bring down
right bipedal weapon. In terms of hominids, it's a sahelanthropus. How did...
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete. I know we can do better next time.
Yeah, that was just for the fucking objectives.
Good. You captured it alive.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
No, idiot, stop! Steak. Now that would explain it. Sorry. Guess I've been away a while. Don't be such a stranger. That's a bad example for the man. And he gets pretty lonely, too. Come on, Didi. Welcome home, boss. Snake, talk to me! Snake!
How the fuck do I get to pause, bro? Is that the right center? Oh. That's why. It all makes sense.
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination.
metal version of peaks. Lord. Yeah, this is not fun.
Oh, Snake! What is it, Snake? Chico, I wonder what he thinks of me. I have not seen him lately. Maybe he is angry. There is something I am hiding from Chico. Or I thought there was. It was. And then I... No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
comes from the People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, also known as the MPLA. The PF at Ditadi Abandoned Village has been supplied with walker gears. Your job is to eliminate them all. Destroy them, extract them, whatever you see fit. This just might get us closer to the walker gear supplier, Cypher. Good luck, boss. deployed to that